Okay, well, so in the next few minutes, or for the next few minutes, I want to talk about remaining present. I think that this has been a theme for many of my clients. It's been a theme for just a lot of conversations I've had over this last week or so. Remaining present, how difficult it can be to remain present, not be on your phone, not on your laptop, not doing this or that, but just being in the moment with people. I think at this point, with us being so busy, us having so many transitions over the last 2, 3 years, we really are in a place where we can get back to being present, where we can start challenging being present. And so I want us to look at where in our life we've gotten busy, where in our life we feel maybe out of control, where in our life we're looking for stability. And just think about where that is in your life right now. I have my place where I feel like it's gotten off kilter. It has gotten very busy. Okay, so what that place is, have that in your mind. Okay, and now I want us to challenge ourselves as to what does it look like to fully embrace each moment, to experience each moment well, to respond well to what comes, to receive and to give well. For me, it looks like being present at home with my girls. I know that at this point I am pregnant, very pregnant. I'll have a baby by the end of June. We'll have our boy that we've been wanting for so long. But this is the time to really hone in on time with our girls and be present with them. At times, there's so much going on, so many new things happening at their schools, special days. Just got a call about my daughter's school that the bus is so I'm getting text messages about that right now. That the bus is not coming, that it's been delayed, and then I think it may not be coming. We all have to go get the kids. Like there's things all the time that are happening, and that can really muddle our relationships and how we're experiencing life in a certain area. And so as a parent, that is something that has felt very loosey-goosey this last week with the school ending and the new expectations for a new year and summer plans. But I think, what does it mean to be present with my girls? One thing that it means to be present is without devices to me. I think one of the most simple places to be is outside with them, whether in the garden or whether taking a walk with our dog. Like that's pretty simple. It's the rhythm of the walk, it is the weather. That is a very simple place to be. And I think how to find a place of presence for me in the area of my family is to take some walks this weekend, to intentionally go outside, get away from devices, get away from housework, chores, cleaning up. That to me is what being present is going to look like this weekend. And so I challenge you to do the same thing. If for you, work seems very overwhelming right now, unstable, feels like you're doing 50 things at once. How can you find a place of presence, moment to moment acknowledgement at work? That could mean, if you're able, actually taking your lunch at work. And maybe usually you take your lunch at your desk and you are eating and doing other things. Maybe this next week you say, okay, I'm going to intentionally leave my desk and I am going to go to a place outside, or I'm going to go to the staff room. And at that staff room, I'm going to eat at the staff table for an hour. If I can't do an hour, 30 minutes, I'm going to get away from my desk. And I'm just going to sit there in silence and enjoy my lunch. That could be you being present. That could be you taking your lunch and sitting outside and seeing the birds, run around and have babies. Everything's springing up and everything's pregnant right now, it's spring or having a baby. So you could go outside and see some of that. But being present is so important. For me, I find myself intentionally not listening to the radio on the way home. And that's how I kind of stay present in the moment and take in some of the sights of going home on New Circle Road, the trees changing, from day to day as I go to work and come back. That to me is staying present, bringing some presence into moments. If it's with you and your spouse, maybe you felt like you all just ran around each other all week long. Maybe it's saying, we used to go to the drive-in. Why don't we go to the drive-in? Why don't we get there early, like an hour early, and just sit and get some food and look at each other and talk? We're not gonna watch a movie. The first hour, we're just gonna sit there, eat, and intentionally look at each other and talk. That could be what's needed after a long week of walking around each other. Maybe you're coming from a busy week into a busy weekend. What do you do then? How do you stay present then? It can be maybe saying, okay, I know it's going to be a busy weekend, but what am I doing early in the morning? Maybe I intentionally take 30 minutes to pray, or maybe I take an hour to watch The Chosen and 30 minutes to listen to worship music and journal. It's an hour and a half of my weekend, but I'm inserting something that I'm going to be present at and something that gives me great joy and makes me feel connected to the Word of God or connected to God in my journey with Him. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope that as we took notice of the places in our life that are feeling overwhelming, we've gotten new ideas as to how to insert being present, being able to be in the moment, being able to experience well. Because what's interesting is, as our attention is so divided, we may think, okay, we can be on the phone and watch TV and do work. But as our attention is divided, it does affect our awareness. It does affect our energy level. It does affect how competent we feel in certain areas. So I just want to employ and just encourage you to take note of those times that get busy. Say, I've got to put this load in. Do we have to put the load in? Would it be better for everybody? I just sit on the porch and eat ice. or I hear the ice cream man coming and I just stop and get some ice cream and come on back. Would it be better for everybody if I, instead of putting in this load, I just sit? Or instead of wanting to plan another arts and crafts for my child, if I just go out on the sidewalk with them and play with some sidewalk chalk? Maybe as a grandmother or grandfather, this weekend when I have the kids, instead of planning to go to Sky Zone and all these places, maybe all I need to do is just get the hose. I don't know how if it's not cold at the top. All I have to do is get the hose and turn it on, and they're gonna run through the sprinkler like we used to do when we were kids. These things are experiences that allow us to be present with those that we love, to be present with ourselves, to be present with our creator. And we don't want to miss out on that. Okay, so this weekend, this next week, let's schedule some time where we intentionally choose to be present in the moment. And we don't forfeit those moments to get something done or so we can feel like we've done a lot. Let's not forfeit these beautiful moments that we have ahead. And summer is coming and there's a lot to do. So let's not lose sight of being present in being changed moment to moment, taking in where we are and where we hope to be, assessing ourselves, evaluating where we've come from, how far we've come. All of that is so necessary, but it starts with being present and in the moment. So I will see you all next week.